Hi, everybody. This is Dan Stolberger. Welcome to this week's Middle East update. It's November 7th, and it just happens to mark the 1 month, what should we call it, memorial to what transpired on October 7th in Israel when terrorists from Gaza infiltrated and killed over 1,400 people. Have taken over 240 plus captive. And so we remember and we seek God in order to bring the abductees home and to bring peace. But peace will only come when Hamas is completely destroyed. Just a reminder, this YouTube comes with a PowerPoint. And you can get that PDF PowerPoint at our website at holygroundexplorations.com, or it should be a link on this YouTube page. So once again, we begin with our news bites, and as mentioned 1 month ago. And then some other statistics. The Hamas attack of October 7th has left 116 children from 59 families orphaned. And again, that was just reported from the Knesset's Labor and Welfare Committee last Tuesday. 116 children from 59 families are now orphaned. Well, a lot of pressure with all that Israel has accomplished with surrounding Gaza. So Joe Biden has come out, and his quote is, "I think we need a pause." I think we need a pause in order to get humanitarian aid in, to get prisoners out, and then the political speech. I'm the guy that convinced Bibi to call for a ceasefire, to let the prisoners out. I'm the guy that talked to Sisi to convince him to open the doors of Egypt. Bibi's response: there will be no ceasefire, no pause until our abductees are returned. And now we have, you guessed it, Barack Obama jumping into the fray. And all like he's come out to say, although there's no justification for Hamas's terror attack on Israel, he goes on to say that he's comparing this slaughter, this attack, this massacre to what he calls Israel's unbearable treatment of the Palestinians, some sort of moral equivalency. They did this because of Israel's unbearable treatment of the Palestinians. Here we go. And then we have Bibi. Last night on ABC News was asked, so what's going to happen once you destroy Hamas? And he says, because the question is, who's going to rule? Who's going to be in place here? What's the government's position? And Bibi says, Hamas will be replaced with those who don't want to continue the way of Hamas. And then he's quoted, I think Israel will, for an indefinite period, have the overall security responsibilities because we have seen what happens when we don't have it. And what we have seen is the eruption of Hamas terror on a scale that we could not even imagine. So that's our news bites. As I mentioned, the war on the ground in Gaza has been successful to this point. Casualties, no doubt. The Lieutenant Colonel Richard Hecht has stated, we're closing in on them. We've completely encircled Gaza City. We've separated Hamas strongholds in the north and the south. But casualties will arise because we are now in urban combat. And as we know, There's 2 levels, 2 cities in Gaza, one above ground and one below ground. And the terrorists right now are residing below ground in bunkers under hospitals, mosques, etc. And this is going to be hand-to-hand combat. But Israel, I've seen videos of destruction of terror tunnels. This will take some time, but there is a resolve in Israel. We will not pause. We will not have a ceasefire. We will uproot and destroy Hamas. And that's what's taking place right now. When we think about, okay, who can replace Hamas? Don't think Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian Authority issued a statement which was preached to worshipers during a Friday prayer in late October, in which they too call for an extermination of Jews, as, quote, Muhammad prophesied. And then they quote from the Quran, he, Muhammad, said the hour, judgment day, will not come until the Muslims fight the Jews and the Muslims kill them, and until Jews hide behind stones and trees, and then the stones and trees will cry out, O Muslim, O servant of Allah, there's a Jew hiding behind me, come and kill him. Yeah, that's the PA's support at this time. You want them to run Gaza? And then the latest from Hamas, senior member of Hamas, Ghazi Hamad, hails the systematic slaughter of the civilians in Israel on October 7th. He says that the goal of Hamas, when he was asked this, make it crystal clear, it is the complete annihilation of Israel. That's our goal. And as I've read through this, there's no backing off. There's no looking for, although keep in mind, a ceasefire for Hamas is just reloading. Okay? So they're going to cry for a ceasefire. Humanitarian aid for Gaza? No. That goes into the coffers of Hamas. And then with all the atrocities that have taken place, and now we've got video of some of these things that no human eye should have to witness or see. And so you've got babies beheaded, you've got burnings, you've got rape. And, one of the Muslim scholars on Hamas TV and talking about rape, he says, Allah allows Muslim men to rape non-Muslim women in order to humiliate them. If we fight Israel, we can take their women and make them inferior. Yeah. Concern for the new U.S. ambassador to Israel, Jack Lew. There's an article here. Part of the Obama administration, I don't think a big-time friend of Israel. The Zionist Organization of America strongly opposes Jack Lew to becoming the U.S. ambassador. It's too late. He is now. But again, in this article, you can see some of the policies that he stood for. And keep in mind, there is no love lost between Obama and Israel, Obama and Bibi. And when we see Obama now back in the news, making those crazy statements of some sort of moral equivalency between what Hamas has done and what Israel has done to Palestinians over the years, having Jack Lew in this position does not bode well. Yemen, as you know, has sort of joined the front, joined the war. And I just thought I'd show you their flag of the rebels in Yemen, okay, that are now launching cruise missiles from Yemen, which is far south of Israel, that the U.S. has convoys in the Red Sea that are actually taking some of these out. But look at what the flag says. Allah is great. Death to, are you seeing it? Death to America, death to Israel, victory to Islam. Are we not clear as far as what their motives, what their desires are? How do we just stick our heads in the ground and not see death to America? And then, of course, just some, as we wrap up here, many of us have these flyers, these posters of the 240 plus Israelis that have been kidnapped. And here you see a picture of KFIR, who's 9 months old, probably held somewhere in one of those tunnels we've referred to. And these flyers are available. I've given you a site here that you, if you're interested, you can print some up. But whether it's Madrid, London, LA, you name it, Rome, these major cities where these posters are being put up, we're seeing people ripping them down. We're seeing pro-Hamas. We're hearing that phrase from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free. Keep in mind, what that is actually saying is that Israel should be exterminated, okay? And so this is the rise that we're seeing of anti-Semitism. I've read some articles that basically say that between Russia and China and their sponsoring of online influencers, we're seeing the online war going crazy towards Hamas. And so I'm just reminding you, take your stand, know what you believe. Still today, 65% of Americans are standing with Israel. I hope that number goes up, but I fear it will go the opposite direction. Here you'll see in this next slide some of the cities that have put these posters up, remembering the names, never forgetting. And remember, it's been 1 month as of today that these 240, upwards 247 people have been held captive. Here you'll see how the anti-Semites are ripping these down as soon as they're being put up. And then this one slide I thought I'd just show you, because this is fake news. This is how the major media misinforms people. Here, if you remember, it was a couple weeks ago that the IDF actually rescued one of their own, a hostage. And again, stealth, amazing. But notice how the Guardian, notice their headlines. Hostage soldier released in Gaza, says Israel. And then the name of the person, Ori, is said to have been set free as Hamas issues a video of 3 others. Not set free. The IDF fought hard to release her. She was not let go. She was rescued. And yet, breaking news, fake news. And then again, unfortunately, sometimes a cartoon can put it in such a way that takes a little bit of the edge off. But again, this is not an issue of humanitarian aid, fuel, electricity, water, food going to the people that need it. No, it's going to refill the coffers of those that are burrowed under the ground in tunnels, those that attacked, those that raped, those that beheaded, those that dismembered Hamas. Well, I wish I had better news. Israel is progressing. They will win this war. They will uproot and destroy Hamas. And then the question is going to be how much longer until the biblical prophecy of Ezekiel 38 and 39 comes to pass. And if that's the case, our redemption draws nigh. Look up. Expect Jesus' return at any time, or at least the rapture of the church. Well, that's our report for this week. Again, we're going to Israel in February, if at all possible. We still have some seats remaining. I know it's not a great promotional time to say, hey, grab your seats, but we are going, and Israel needs us to come. And so pray about joining us. It's February 21st through March 1st. And then for all of you that live up here in the Northwest, we're excited to host Aaron Schust and Joshua Aaron, brothers together, a night of worship. And the tagline on this for us is that we're going to bring Israel to North Idaho. Okay? Tickets are on sale. You can get them at our website. We hope to pack out the place. A night of worship with Messianic believers, a time to stand with Israel. So please pray about supporting this and joining us. So that's our report again for this week. God bless you. Shalom. And we'll see you. Well, basically, these are going to come out as need be. So usually it's weekly, but if there's something that transpires, I will not hesitate to do another update. So with that, God bless. Shalom.